Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for following the content, more especially the travel content, for subscribing. Those who've hit the notification button, this means a lot to me, and please do share this channel because it really does benefit a lot of people. So today, as you can see, I've got a special guest, my one and only son, who agreed to be interviewed by me. He's gonna tell us who he is, why he's here next to his mom or here. And I'm currently in Turkey, for those who are not aware. And if you are brand new, you are most welcome. So welcome, son. Welcome.
Thanks, ma'am. Hi, everyone. Thanks for your followers. Keep on subscribing. Keep on hitting the subscribe button.
Oh, thank you, son. They must subscribe. And it's for free.
It's for free. Just subscribe.
True.
Subscribe.
And that's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
I think son will start off by saying I'm currently visiting, but you are based here.
Yeah, I'm based
in Turkey.
Yeah.
Kayseri to be exact, because Turkey is a big country with different cities.
Yeah.
So son, let's maybe kick off by tell us about yourself.
Basically, my name is Lungelo. There's nothing more to that. I just have got a name and a surname. That's it. Like I'm from South Africa, Malaland to be specifically, in Nelsport, Mbombela. So I'm here in Turkey. I came for my master's in plant biotechnology, and luckily enough, I graduated this year. But I came in 2019, so I've been here for 4 years. 4 years,
guys.
Yes.
He's been in Turkey for 4 years.
Yeah, and this is my mom.
Yes.
And you guys know my sister.
Yes, we are a family.
We're a family.
Yes,
I'm here in Kayseri. I've been living in Kayseri, but sometimes I visit other cities. But my home, basically, my second home is Kayseri.
It's Kayseri. So if you're not in Nelspruit, you are in Nelspruit, South Africa, you are in Kayseri, Turkey. So son, if there's lots of young South African youth, even young adults, who would love you to share your journey and just let us know why you came here to Turkey.
Basically, everyone can agree with me that, like, in terms of living, it might be like in terms of like the atmosphere and everything, maybe South Africa is the best place to be, like, basically as a youth person. But I believe that in order to achieve your goals, your dreams, and in terms of academic life, it is always better to go out to other countries to try and get more information, to try to advance yourself, and try to be like independent, because as far as you're away from your family, you're able to grow as a man, like, especially for us guys, because at a certain age you're supposed to have our own families.
True.
So in order to be able to do that, it's usually difficult when you're still under like your father or like close to your family, because you just know that like you'll quickly cry, and then like your father will help out, your mother will help out. So basically, like, my first reason was just like to go and explore and try to discover like how things are done in certain countries, and to try, of course, like to get more, like to acquire education so that I can like develop myself. And thirdly, like, there is something that I usually tell people, that like education is expensive in SA. It's very expensive as compared to other countries. So in order to also like try to minimize the cost, like, I had to come this side. And the standard of living is generally, I think it's easier to live here in terms of economic aspects than to live in SA. In SA.
Wow. Yeah. So guys, you heard why son decided to leave South Africa, and I always preach, Uguti, you need to be open-minded. There's so much out there. Don't be a stereotype. I'm a word clappies, you only know what you know. So fly those wings, or spread the wings rather, and fly and go see. And like he said, it also teaches you to be independent. There's nothing worse than always asking your parents for every little penny. And when do you even grow, you know, son?
You can. And like the thing is, you're more comfortable, and they say like when you're comfortable you cannot grow, basically.
You
that's
can't.
it. So like when you're home, like you're comfortable, most of us like in SA, like we've proper like families, you know.
True.
Like you'll sit home, open DSTV, watch your Jura 99,
True.
like the day is going and stuff like that.
True.
And like you don't feel the pressure to maybe like to try something out that can help you to develop, like in terms of gaining something, in terms of growing, like so.
Wow.
Home is comfort, that's it.
It is.
It. So like you cannot grow in a comfort zone.
And I love that line. You cannot grow in a comfort zone. And most people who've made it in life, or who managed to achieve a breakthrough, they tell you they had to move from a comfort zone to be uncomfortable to be able to even achieve what they have achieved. So that is so amazing, son. So what I want to find out, who told you about Turkey? I mean, the world is so humongous.
I get it.
And a lot of people used to say US, you know, in thing.
US,
now I hear those who want to work, it's now more Asia, go China, I'm going to China, I'm going to Korea. How did you know about Turkey, and why Turkey and not any other country?
Basically, like I reached a stage in my life where I said like, okay, Nala, I'm just tired of South Africa. Not in a bad way, but like I just wanted to go outside the country, you know, because my friends, basically some of them like were already studying like in Russia. I think like you guys know that like a lot of South Africans in Russia who are doing musical like medicine and stuff like that.
Yes.
So my point was like there is America and then there's Asia, you know, like people are changing from America to Asia, and some people are still going to America. But if you look like at the geographical location of Turkey, it's somehow like in the middle, you know. Some will say that like Turkey is in Europe, some will say that it's in Asia.
Yes,
so like it is always better to get like a combination of both, you know, just like in between, because you're able to learn cultures from Asia and in Europe.
The European
and then
side.
And then another thing is like, as we are lucky enough in SA, internet is not a problem. I don't know, maybe like it's where I'm from, but internet is not a problem, you know. Like you go through sites, you will see like other opportunities, universities like here in Turkey most of the time application is free, you know. So to apply for universities is free. Even to apply for the Turkish government scholarship is free. Sure. It's not like in other countries. For example, in Europe you have to pay like an application fee of 75 euros. In USA you also have to do the same thing, you know. So at that time I didn't have money for applying, you know. So I was choosing like the free application or whatever platforms, and Turkey was among those countries. And then boom, I applied, and then luckily enough, I was able to get the opportunity to come inside.
Wow, that is so amazing. And Usan has touched on so many things, you know, just responding to these two questions of how he heard and why Turkey. Number one, the fact that use your phone wisely, guys. You know, it's so sad to hear young people wanting the top of the range phone just to go through comedy and humor and laughter. Use that gadgets to look for opportunities. Usan looked for an opportunity and he found it. And he did his research. Guys, whether we like it or not, you have to put in some work. You need to do your own research. You wouldn't have known that he doesn't need to pay Turkish liras for an application like other countries if he didn't go in and spend his time that he could have used with other boys. I mean, he's a young man, he could do other things as well, like plumbing, majita and chats, but he used his time wisely as well. So
just to emphasize on that one, man, like, we have data like basically for Facebook, we have data for Instagram, we have data for Twitter, we have data for YouTube. TikTok. But like for TikTok and everything. But like when you tell someone like I just research about universities, that's when they will tell you that like we don't have data. But like we do have data basically. Like that's South African, like South Africans who are blessed in that platform. And we have smartphones. Most of us, like from the age of 15 basically, we carry
smartphones.
So, true. The information is in your hand, like it's how you use it, which differentiates you between like someone who is in maybe like America, in Turkey, and in South Africa, on how you use the information that you have on your phone, basically.
Sure. And guys, that is coming from Usan, who just graduated last week. Last week, master's degree.
Yeah.
So, San, did you do your undergrad and your honors in SA?
Yeah, I did that in SA.
Oh, is it? So he did his undergrad and his honors in SA,
and then I came here.
And then you came here.
And like it's one thing we're lucky, like we're lucky as a nation because the education system in SA is good, especially like in tertiary like levels and stuff like that. So if you have that certificate, basically you can apply anywhere and then they will accept you. Okay, fine, in terms of funding, like it depends on how lucky you are or how you excel basically. But in terms of being accepted to university, it's easy. You will definitely be accepted if you have a certificate from SA. Whether like it's UP, UCT and stuff like that, or Tswana, whatever, like or University of Johannesburg, like KwaZulu-Natal, like
they'll accept. So, San, are you saying they only accept you if you've got the undergrad? No. If you've got a matric, rather first go to, because I'm sure someone who's sitting there with a matric certificate, I'm trying to think, is it NQF4?
Yes.
They would love to know, can they immediately apply here or only masters? Because there's countries where they only take masters students or applications.
In fact, like we do have many, not many because we're not that much here in Turkey, but like we have like I think 3 or 5 South Africans who are doing their undergraduate here. Wow. They came via matric, they just graduated from matric and then they came this side. Because matric, one thing I like about matric is that like it is internationally recognized, you know. Once you have matric, basically there is no need for you to do like this. Also under syllabus called AP. Sometimes they do A levels and sometimes they do O levels. So like matric like is highly ranked in such a way that like if you have matric you can be like accepted anywhere in the world. Like even here in Turkey with matric and stuff like that, you can easily come and like from the conversations I had with my friends, they didn't struggle to just like adjust to university in terms of the differences in terms of the syllabus, because sometimes you find that like you're from, I don't want to mention a country, but like I had someone because it's in Africa, you know?
Yes.
So like someone is like another like fellow African is from one of the countries in Southern Africa though, but like he struggled during year 1. He was doing undergrad, right? Because like there's
the
a
level of education, yes.
But the South Africans like they don't find it hard.
Guys, we are blessed. We are blessed.
It's just that like we connect in such a way that like we end up like spending more time on funny things because like we just, especially like year 1 in university, we find that like it is something that we're doing like
in matric,
so,
yes.
So like we're able to adjust easily, and then like when year 2 comes, we find that like it becomes more harder for us because now we're relaxing.
Yes,
so, like,
because you were taking it easy.
Yeah, so like first year and stuff like that, you are just cruising, as Malema once said. You cruise.
First year, you just cruise.
Wow.
So, San, I'm sure someone is sitting there at home wondering about this important question. Turkey, what language is spoken in this country? I think we need to go through that. And how did you prepare yourself?
Okay, like to be honest, I think that's one of the most difficult parts, like things here in Turkey, the language barrier and stuff like that.
So it's Turkish.
It's Turkish,
not
like
English.
It's not English. It's not English as a first language. It's Turkish as a first language, and such a way that like that's also one important thing that South Africans must take note like of when applying, you know, because most universities like they teach in Turkish. But some of them they teach in English, like some of them. So you have to be careful. Or you find that like in one university they have a program in Turkish and then they have a program in English. But like when applying, if you are not able to make that difference to spot that like okay, this program is in English, this program is in Turkish, they don't have a problem. They'll accept you even for the Turkish program. But like you have to go like through like a 1 year of Turkish training. And just to be honest with you guys, like if you speak English, Turkish is just the vice versa of English. So, but you will get it. You end up like mastering the language. You can master the language in a year, and then like you can start like your studies, and you can excel. Like we have Africans who came here and are studying and studied in Turkish, but we find that like in the faculty they become like number one students and stuff like that, because the language, like you can get it in a year. Me, I was able to get it in a year, and I'm almost perfect in Turkish. I can do whatever I want in Turkish.
So guys, like, this child.
So you don't have to be scared because of the language.
So don't let it stand on your way, guys. And we're quick to have excuses like, oh, how I wish I can be like Lungelo and go to Turkey, but I don't speak Turkish. He didn't speak Turkish as well.
And the bad part about me, not like when I came to Kayseri, I was the only one, even like from, I don't want to say Southern Africa, but like from my country, I was the only one. So like it was hard to just connect with other people. And when I reached here, like you find that like, okay, before I didn't know that like in Africa we speak, like I thought like every African knows English. Maybe I was ignorant at that time, but like because like
French, Africans who speak French, and the English is poor.
Because like in South Africa, if you meet someone who knows Afrikaans, just speaking English, like automatically he or she understands.
We're spoiled in South Africa, this diverse
So we're not used. So when I came here, like we were living in a dormitory, and then in that dormitory, like I was the only one who knew English at that time. People were speaking Arabic, French, and stuff like that. So it was kind of like difficult, challenging, but like luckily enough now, like we've got like a Southern African whatever like unity kind of thing. So whenever you arrive, like you won't get lost, you won't feel lonely, you know, like you won't.
Listen to that. And I wanted to ask Usan, I'm still gonna ask him about our challenges, and he's touched on that, which language barrier was one of the issues. But guys, you must always keep a positive mind. Some of the things that are challenges end up propelling us to learn more, to excel in certain things. Because look at this, he came here speaking English and finding not every African speaks English, but it awarded him with an opportunity to learn his Turkish. And I've been here in Turkey, and like I explained on some of my videos, whether on Facebook or here, to say Turkey, where I'm at, unlike your tourist cities like Istanbul, there isn't English at all.
Not at all.
So when I go to serious places, Usan comes through, because we're gonna ask him at the end of the video to give us few lines in Turkish.
Definitely.
He is, guys, he's so fluent. You just see Turkish people smiling, you warm people's hearts when you know their language, even if you go to a certain country, it doesn't matter, even if you're not excelling, but you are trying, you just see the smiles, and they'll do anything for you, basically, because you just know their language. So come prepared, come open-minded, and imagine coming here only knowing maybe your isiZulu or Sotho and English and Afrikaans, and going back home with a foreign, having learned a foreign language. That boosts your CV as well. So I often say, when they look at a CV like now with your masters that you did in Turkey, if you ever decide to go back home, we don't know your dreams, and we always say, let's not don't announce. That's my motto. Don't announce your departures, announce your arrivals, because evil eyes,
by a lawyer,
evil eyes by a lawyer. So son, if you were to go back home for work opportunities, I can tell you right now, having worked in corporate for close to 3 decades, that when we look at the CVs and we see, he started in Turkey. You first in line, you first in line. So leaving home offers you or presents you with such opportunities. So all of a sudden you're shortlisted because you know more. Son, you're gonna do things completely different. Your way of thinking is different from a South African. And when you have a team, like in a corporate world or public sector or whatever, you want diverse mindsets. You don't want people who think the same way. You know, when there's load shedding, you want Usan, who studied in Turkey and was up at 1 in a lab working, who says, what is load shedding? After all, I'm going to work. So that's where the difference comes.
And the fact that like it helps you to understand how different people think, you know, because like we come from a I don't want to say like a small country, but most of us, like, you live, for example, like you're from KwaZulu-Natal, like you live with the Zulus. In a similar way, like Zulus will think like similar, right?
Yes.
But like when you come to a different country like Turkey, what I like about Turkey is that like you will meet someone like from Indonesia, you meet someone from Western Africa, you meet someone from Eastern Africa, you meet someone from Europe, you even meet Turkish people, you know, and like they think differently, you know. And like when you're talking with these people, you understand that like it's not about me sometimes, but like how the other person thinks. You know? So it is always better you learn to listen basically, and to know that like sometimes like my idea is not the best idea. You know, like I can look things basically. Now I can look things like at a view like from an East African or from a West African, you know, or from a Turkish. So like after like understanding, after getting the different views, you're able to analyze the situation more clear than
with different aspects and angles, and imagine that opportunity.
It's a great opportunity, man. I won't lie, it's a great opportunity.
And guys, I know I'm gonna derail a bit about what San has just said. Guys, I always say when you are like 5 sisters or 10 brothers and you are close, it is such an amazing thing because you've got that support structure. However, you often hear such people saying, I don't need friends, I've got my brothers, you know, I don't need friends, I've got my sisters.
Family, right?
But you know what, guys, you rob yourself of learning other people way of thinking. Exactly what you say. Because you are raised by the same parents, same environment, same location or suburb or whatever. Your way of thinking with your sisters is the same. So even when you have conversations, you agree on things. So what you've just touched on, San, it's something I always talk about. Get someone's perspective, and point of view, so that you make informed decisions, and so that, and I like what you said, it teaches you discipline to listen and to stop being a narcissist. I know they say we throw this word everywhere, but there's people who are so self-centered. We must listen to them all the time.
Because like the thing comes in such a way that like if your family like things like you do, for example, you say like, we must do this. They'll also say like, yes, we must do this.
Yes.
So when you go to the environment and then you say like, we must do this, and then like they say like, no, we can't do this. It becomes like a problem, you know. It creates like conflicts, unnecessary conflicts. But like if we are used to living with other people, you know that like my idea is not the best idea.
The greatest. Someone else might have and it allows you to be open-minded like that. Because I'm bringing this on the table, but there could be someone who will come with a better solution. I like that.
And lastly, like sometimes like we have career dreams and stuff like that. You know, I don't believe that like everyone, like as a young person, you dream of being like an employee forever, you know. You dream of being an employer, you dream like of being the head of an office. But like to be at the top, you must know how to deal with different ideas, with different people.
Cultures, beliefs, all that.
If you're managing a company like South Africa is like it's a good country that way that like you'll find that like in one company you've got an employee from Cape Town, right? An employee like from KwaZulu-Natal, an employee from Limpopo, you know, different like cultures and different, and sometimes you even have like employees from Swaziland, employees from Lesotho, employees, and then like from Botswana and all that, and then like if you're up there, you'll understand that like okay, my employees are from different countries, different like ethnic groups, different like religions, so you will know how to control that situation. But like if you're just a Zulu man,
employing
everything
Zulus.
you know Zulus. Like
you won't get the best results
you won't.
for that company.
You
and
won't.
You might do good, but you might not do great.
You might not
know?
excel.
And in life you want to excel.
Exactly.
So I like what you pointed out.
Exactly.
So San, you spoke about the language barrier being one of your challenges. Apart from that, what was your hardest thing to leave home, to leave us, family members, and come to Turkey?
Hey, there are a lot of things, but I always say that in negativity there is positivity.
Sure,
like it depends on how you view things. But I was just start from a young person's point of view, to differentiate between the way of living this side and the way we live that side, So me in my undergrad, I always say people must come here before you go to varsity in SA and stuff like that, because in SA varsity that Friday we are grooving, right? I don't know whether it's the right platform to talk about that.
It is, son.
Yeah.
I mean, there's young people and you're giving them in reality as raw as it is, so that they prepare themselves.
Yeah, because on Friday we groove, on Saturday we groove, maybe on Sunday we've got the papalas and then we refresh and go back to school, and there's so much freedom in such a way that you can even decide that Monday can you have Monday or Monday and stuff like that, it's just have fun. But when you can't decide, you there are no, for example, here in Kayseri, I think you can attest to that, there are no clubs in Kayseri.
None whatsoever.
There are no clubs in Kayseri. So it somehow becomes hard to just adjust to that. Me, I know that Friday, whatever, I'm chilling with my friends, I'm having fun, everything else. We just forget about school and everything. We're gonna see everything as Monday. So you just have to adjust
to that lifestyle.
So now
you're leaving your friends behind.
You forget about things. And then another thing I always tell people that no matter the problems you have and everything in SA, but SA is the best place to live in, basically, And when you come decide, you realize that life is quite different in such a way, It's more serious. People they're doing what they want to do, to achieve their dreams. There's no time for fun to tell someone but let's go and chill out and stuff like that. Let's go to a black coffee concert. Let's go those kind of events. We don't have those kind of events here, and that is quite different. And another thing is, okay, this one is it's a problem because of religion, I won't lie.
It's a Muslim country,
but and you find that you are a Christian, and then there are religions, there are these holidays that will affect you, and you feel it is hard to be a Christian in this kind of environment, For example, there's Ramadan. I think
Ramadan.
It's called Ramadan, but here in Turkey it's called Ramadan.
Ramadan.
So you find that there is fasting for your whole month. So basically it changes the schedule, and stuff like that. It changes even eating time. Sometimes you find that at uni, the cafeteria, some of them are closed. So you feel
big adjustment.
Yeah, you feel you have to change. Another thing is it's the weather. I won't lie. Hey, the weather is the weather is something else. The weather is something else. The weather is something else. The weather is something else. I won't lie. The weather is something else. When you arrive here, because the semester usually starts around September, October, and stuff like that. Most of the time it's autumn, so winter is about to start, and then once you would dive into winter, here in Kayseri winter is hectic. Mami you came during
summer and summer is boiling hot.
And summer is hot. So I remember when I arrived here, I was sick for a month. I went to the hospital.
Your body was still trying to adjust.
And the fun part is I went to the hospital, they told me that you're okay,
there's nothing wrong with
just
you.
Eat fruits. They didn't even give me any medication, so I go and take no, they didn't. I was sick second week, and then third week, fourth week, I realized that I'm sick. I went back to another hospital because there was a girl from Zambia who was helping me because I didn't know Turkish at that time. So we went to another hospital. Even the hospital, they told me that I just eat vitamin C. What are like oranges and stuff like that?
Yes,
there's nothing
to
wrong.
boost your immune system.
Yeah, so like the weather like is completely different.
Sure.
So I think that's
another challenge.
And also, how many challenges did I say? 2, right?
I think you've mentioned about 4 already.
Okay, I'll just add.
It's fine. It's fine.
And then another thing is like, okay, I don't want to say like, okay, also like mention like the positivity.
We're getting away now from the negative stuff, and I want to know, what do you love about this country?
Yeah. What I love about Turkey is that like, okay, fine, like they say whites are racist, but like Turkey, like I don't want to say like there is no racism, but it is not a big deal, you know. You might experience it day and day, you know, but it is not something that like you can wake up and, you know, like in other countries, you know, that like
you feel it.
You feel
it.
Like here in Turkey, like it is rain. I'll be lying, like that's one thing. That's one thing I like about this country.
Wow.
You even remember that other time when like a bus and then you met an old man who was talking with us like
chatting. Yo, it's like I've also been here for like almost a month now, and I must say I've never felt some type of way. If anything, they're so interested in you, you know.
So like basically they love us blacks, and I think if you guys are following the news and stuff like that, like Turkish people, I don't want to mention they hate like other people not from Africa, but I wouldn't say like the country
because like, there could be a Turkish person, and we want to respect them.
But in terms of Africans, they love us.
They do.
So that's one thing I like about Turkey. And another thing is like in terms of school, basically, like especially if you want to do research, like it is. You can't like be limited in doing research because of funding and stuff like that. You know? So if you have got like a good idea, definitely you'll get a funding for your idea. So like it's not like you have to like have your own money to conduct research and stuff like that.
Guys, so, you hear it from the experts.
Yeah, you will conduct research. And another thing is like it is easier to move from Turkey to Europe or America, like once you have the qualification from Turkey, because I don't know, even though some universities in SA are highly ranked than some universities in Turkey, but like they call it like the European system, like Turkey is under the European system, like in terms of school. So once you have like the qualification from here, you don't even need to evaluate it sometimes, because like when you have a qualification from SA, you have to evaluate it, like, in order to be able to even like to come to Turkey. Sometimes you have to evaluate it. But once you have like the Turkey like qualification, you don't have to evaluate it. And another thing is like once you get like the visa, the Turkish visa, it becomes easier to get like visa to Europe, and Schengen visa is one of the most difficult visas to get.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but once you have like the Turkish visa in your passport, it makes things easier. And I'm like still talking about the good things about Turkey. And another thing is I think, I'm not sure, but I think like Turkey is one of the best tourist like places in the world. Like I think it is ranked there like
on the top.
Yeah, it is on the top. I think
it's of the list.
Yeah. It is, because there are there are a lot of interesting places.
There are
beautiful places. So like you find that like when you are here in Turkey, you'll be able to go to those places which South African celebrities, they come to Turkey to go to those places. There was even like, okay, I will talk about this one because she used to be my crush, and this is Amanda I like. There's Amanda Tupoi. I think you guys know Amanda Tupoi. So like I follow her on Instagram. I live in Kayseri, and Cappadocia it's an hour away from Kayseri, basically.
Yes,
so like I saw that like she left SA and then she came to Cappadocia and stuff like that. In Cappadocia, I can just pay like 100 rand and stuff like that.
Yes, and get there.
You know, like so it gives you like the opportunity to go to places
to explore,
which you couldn't like
do
while you're in SA. So like it makes you to be like to look rich while you're not even basically as a student, because like, if I go to Cappadocia and then I post a picture like of Cappadocia and then someone also see the same picture that like Amanda to posted,
posted.
it will be like, hey, this guy is like
he's doing it. Yeah, creaming life. And son, I like that because it's important that even though you came to study, and Usan has made it clear that there's no party. And guys, I've shared with you, alcohol here is very expensive. Very, I guess, because it's a Muslim country and Muslims don't drink, they don't smoke.
Yeah,
even those who do, we keep it hush, guys, they don't.
Yeah, but South Africans will always make a plan.
So alcohol is quite expensive. So you coming here to study. This video, his son is sharing how he came here to do his masters, and we're encouraging parents to share this video with your nieces, your kids, family member, so that they can listen to what son is saying. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, your focus should be your books, your focus should be your research, which is not limited, like son said. But you know, they say work without play made Jack a dull boy. So take time when the school closes and you're not planning to go back home to explore other cities, so that by the time you leave Turkey to go back to South Africa or to whichever country, because this channel has people all over the world, you've also gained not only academically, you know, you also gained experience as well, memories. You didn't just, and by so doing, you're also refreshing your mind, because studying can take a knock-off effect to your psychological side and your mental well-being. You need some break.
You need to refresh.
And while sorry, son, just to add on that, and what I like about what I picked up, Mosan, which I would encourage you young people to do, come here and create your own world, you know.
Exactly.
Put yourself out there. Usan plays soccer, there's soccer team. So even though he says there's no poozering, because he knows young people think that's the only or the most amazing thing, there's other things. So there's also African groups, although they're still trying to revive that. But Usan is here, he'll induct you, he'll show you around, and also, you know, take a step and get involved. If you need to volunteer, just don't sit in that corner, and because you'll end up being stressed and depressed, and you'll definitely go back home.
Definitely you can go back home, like, because I remember when I arrived there, I thought of going back home, but I thought of going back home.
I didn't even know that part.
I thought of going back home, but like after all, it's like it's what you want more than everything else, you know. But like we mustn't forget that like you have to be driven by like passion and your goals and stuff like that. And just to like talk about something we already talked about like before, I believe that like in tech, if you're coming for academic purposes, it's the it's the best place to be, because you're able to focus here. Like there's nothing like this whatever like confusion or disturbance that will come and say like we have to go and do this. Like you know that like it's, I can say like it's boring even though it's not boring, but like you know that like you have time for school, you can just concentrate on your school and receive like good grades, which is something good, because like we came for academics, more than anything else,
and you need to separate these things, you know, and pleasure and vibe and hype and parties will come once you've achieved. Like Usan now has graduated. He can party all he wants, but it looks like he's not interested. He wants to take this thing further, you know, because it becomes addictive. And son, I would like you to share something that you shared with me about exactly that, the focusing. Usan said to me one day, but I'll let him share this, Uguti, there'll be times where he'll feel, no, I'm so tired, I'm drained. But when he goes to the lab and find Turkish people, can you just, or students, can you just briefly share that time?
Like, you know the things like there are times like I think like it happens to everyone, right? Like whereby you feel down, maybe you feel like I just have to give up, you know. But like I believe that's when like the environment around you, like people around you, like they count the most, you know. That's how like they determine whether you're still going to push or not. You know? So there are many like times where like I would just like feel tired and say like anyways, let me go to the lab at 1, you know, and then like
1 in the morning, guys,
and
to be
like
clear,
that.
not 1 p.m., 1 a.m.
1
early hours.
Yeah, and then you go there, you find a Turkish like a city, not even a Turkish from another city, you know, a Turkish from Kayseri, like where I am, like from the like where you can just like easily walk home and stuff like that. That the person you're expecting like to be like in a comfort zone, the person you're expecting to be like sleeping and stuff relaxing. Like that. Because it's around home, whatever happens, you just go to his mom. He or she is working at that time, you know. So that like pushes you as a foreigner to see that like if like someone who is around home, like okay, me if I was in like home and then like I'm studying to university nearby, like I would just like go home and sleep and you know something like that. But like to have a lab community like of serious people who take their research seriously, it also like motivates you to push like just to add on that, like me, I came like with an idea that like I just want to get my certificate and graduate and go home. That's why I didn't care about like whether I have to publish a paper, I have to do like good research. You know, that wasn't my. I just wanted to do the thesis for the sake of getting my
certificate.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. That was it.
Sure.
But to be in a good like environment, it helps you to realize that like only the sky is the limit. You know, you can be one of the best researchers in the world because we have got everything. For you, it is just to put the effort, you know, and luckily enough, you put the effort in the right environment, whereby like you've got all the skills that you need. Like you can just seek guidance, you can ask anyone like, I want to do this thing, I need this kind of help, you know. And the people are actually working hard, which makes it easier for you to also work hard, you know, because if you're working with like
hard workers, it motivates, it rubs off, you know, it does.
But like if you are working with people who are lazy, which is rare to find here in Turkey, like the people working in laboratories, like
they push
anytime, and the laboratories are open like 24 hours, which is something.
Can you believe it? 24 hours.
24 hours to open. But as like in SA, you only open like bars and stuff like that. Yeah, it's different. Research centers, like whether it's a holiday, Saturday, Sunday, they're open. And the crazy part is, even if you can go like during like Happy New Year and stuff like that, at 12 you'll find someone in the laboratory.
Working.
You will find someone working in the laboratory. Like people
creating their future.
Yeah, people are pushing. Like people are pushing. And there was a Turkish guy that I was researching with. That guy told me that like he never went to holiday for 2 years. For 2 years, like it's been like literally coming to the lab each and every day, unless like those big holidays
and it's closed and
but besides that, they just come to the lab each and every day and stuff like that.
So and there you have it, guys. And me, one of my beliefs is that try and challenge the devil in you. Try and challenge your demon. So I always say, if you know you are someone who gets demotivated easily, put yourself in situations that will motivate you. So if you are back at home, you're struggling to finish the degree or whatever, apply. Turkey will force you. You know, when they say, hold the bull by its horn. I mean, I always say, whatever you know, you need to identify what holds you back, what robs you from living your life, your weakness, and face it head on and put yourself in situation that will force you ukuthi this weakness igcina seyibecome one of your strengths and your best thing. So if you know you are surrounded by people who are not motivated to study, people who just enjoys the nice life and thinks life will be like that forever, it doesn't remain like that forever. Sadly, you grow up and you realize that your peers are doing well because they sacrificed like Son at some stage in their lives. So apply, take what Son is sharing and do apply. So Son, as we are wrapping up, but I don't want us to wrap up. I want to add something, right? Yes. Like I want to add something, like in terms of like like your chances of being like successful in studies here. Yes. You know, like where from
I don't want to say bad or good, but like from that society where like if you go outside you can't, like all your neighbors will be expecting you to come back like with something, so like that pressure, even though like it's not direct, that pressure will push you to get that degree, to get that certificate, because you know that like I cannot go back home without the certificate, because like my father, my mom, like everyone from my family will be laughing stock. Like the moment I come back like as a failure, everybody will just know that like he went to Turkey, wasted 3 years, wasted his family resources and stuff like that. So to know back home that like I'll be laughing stock. It makes you to push in such a way that like you get what you came from, so that when you go back home, your family won't be in trouble, because like hey, our neighbors, like our society is built in such a way that like
so sad. Instead of rooting for us, and we're not saying everyone, some people have amazing neighbors and family members, but others, they always say, oh, I want to react. We will see. And it is so sad, but like you say, son, it's motivating. I can't let myself down. I can't let my family down. And I like that. So, son, did you publish a paper?
Yeah, I already published.
Oh, God.
So my name is already appearing on Google.
Oh my God! Can you go look for it?
I'm tapping on a canyon and then it will appear. Definitely.
For me, there's a couple of things that turns me on, and as a mother, I'm sorry to say this, there is nothing that turns me on like an educated African child, And when I talk education, I don't only talk academically, I talk academic for sure, and also someone who's a subject matter expert and on what they do. So if you are a YouTuber, you find this person just touches the button and edits, and this whole thing comes nicely together. For me, such things, as a parent, I'm like, oh Lord, I just love such achievements. So congratulations,
thanks,
and I'm so proud of you. So the neighbors there are laughing. Sorry for you. I'm joking, guys. We don't focus too much on the negative.
And praying now.
It's prayer time, guys. So please forgive, but I don't know. Should we stop?
No, we can continue.
It won't be. So please excuse the noise. It's prayer time. And I think I've touched, what I want to ask, son? What's your advice? I think but you've given, but just to, before we get to that, I'll try and be a cool mom. Guys, I'm very strict. I don't like to talk about strange things, but because Usan is no longer young, he's done his masters, and those who are his age, or girls who are age young would say, so what happens? I'm dating back home. Now I have to come to Turkey. Will I be shelled? So, son, how did you deal with the relationship side of things? And what would you say? We're saying it with respect, but it's something that, like we spoke about poozering, I think we need to briefly touch on that. Usan will say, unfortunately, maybe you just have to abstain for the next 3 years or whatever. He'll share his side so that you're also comfortable. Guys, you are young. Some of you enjoy a country. So, Sam, just briefly maybe share that part.
Okay, I will share a part, but like that part, but I won't share my personal.
Yeah, no. Just to say, you can't. Just to say, you won't have a problem.
Okay, I can. Like, the most interesting part about like Turkey is that like you came here as a black or whatever, as a black guy or a black girl. Okay, like I first like focus on girls, and then I will concentrate, and then I will talk about like us guys, because it's something that I know, something that I've experienced. But for girls, like the moment like you step down like at the airport and stuff like that, the fact before like we even go like to whether like, okay, I believe that everyone is beautiful by the way, but like I think you guys will understand that like there's level A, level B, level C, like just roughly. the moment you step down, like whether like you are a slave queen or you are the most beautiful or you are just beautiful or like I don't know, average, but like Turkish guys will be hitting on you. Like Turkish guys will be just you won't even rest like, and that's the first thing. And then secondly, Turkish guys like they love Africans. Like they believe that African girls are loyal. I don't know where they got that from, but I don't want to even comment that one because like I've seen many Turkish guys who date like African women. They just like give it all. Like these guys like will buy you a car. These guys will buy you an apartment. These guys will do everything just to be like with an African like. Okay, what I like about them is that like, it is rare whereby like you'll find like a Turkish guy investing like like in an African girl for the sake of sleeping with her. Like most I don't know, the Joloffs do in our like South African brand and our South African like sister, we just give them money and like just for the sake of use them. But like Turkish guys, they will do that for the sake of maybe like marrying you and starting life with you. I know like many Africans and South Africans like who are married to Turkish guys and they're living a good life basically. Even here in Kayseri we've got one, and I think in Istanbul I also know another one, in Ankara I also know another one. But like that's what I like about those guys. It is rare to find like a Turkish guy investing in an African girl just for having a good time. It is rare.
And dumping you. And before San continues, guys, we're not encouraging that you come all the way from home knowing the situation to be jollering and dating and whatever. He's just sharing because it's part of life. You can't talk to adults. You guys are adults and leave out this point. So we're basically saying you will find someone, but if everyone is hitting on you, it doesn't mean you must just come here and tarnish your name and your family's or clan's name. Respect yourself. But we just say you will never find yourself with I need to go back to someone who was wasting your time back home most probably, or your man. They are opportunities to be in a steady relationship with one person. So that needs to be
and just like to add on in terms of like on the like matter of respect and stuff like that. You know, it is not about respecting your family or yourself. It's not, or even yourself. It's not. It's about the country.
True.
It's about the country because like you are representing your country.
South Africa or Kenya or Zambia.
So the moment like you bitch around, they won't say that like Lungelo is bitching around. They'll just say like South Africans like bitches. Like you just like build like a bad name for your country. And then like besides like the Turkish guys, like we've got like there are a lot of Africans here. You can even find like an African brother who can marry and stuff like that. But like,
there you go. It's not just Turkish. There's Africans in Turkey as well. So you sort that's if you still find it.
And then another thing is like basically I just like want to I don't know, that's my own personal idea, man.
No, we're talking from your experience.
From my experience, like I'm talking like I'm still talking about ladies.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe
and like and share and hit the subscriber button. Yes, we continue.
So like considering whatever the relationship that are happening here in Turkey and the situation, but like that's my own like opinion, you know. I don't know how like someone else can think, but as a South African girl, like if you come in this country, if you come in Turkey, you can meet a guy like from Northern Africa and stuff like that. There is difference like in terms of like the dating strategy and dating beliefs, you know. As in Southern Africa, not in a bad way, but sometimes we date like for the time being, to keep time moving, not like seriously, not in a bad way, but it is what it is.
Yes.
But like if you go like to the other parts of Africa, like I want to make an example of Sudan, Algeria, Morocco, Ghana. Okay, and not of Ghana, but like some parts of Ghana and stuff like that. Those guys when they date seriously.
They mean business.
They mean business and stuff like that. But Southern Africans, like if you come here and you're a lady, you meet as Southern Africans, chances are like you'll be just for the time here in Turkey, and then once someone's like Jenny finishes here in Turkey, like that's it. But like the other guys, like they usually like some of them, like most of them, they marry here in Turkey. By the way, I know like a lot of guys, like we attend different weddings. You remember like I once told you that I was a part of a dancing group.
Yes.
So we used to attend like African weddings. You find that like one guy from Morocco is marrying one guy from, but I've never heard of a Southern African marriage. but like from those countries, Sudan and stuff like that, those guys
they get
serious.
Okay.
So that's one thing that you must consider. And then like for us guys, hey,
I don't want it to be a dating video, so let's just
summarize it. For us guys, like I'll just talk about something that is weird, but like I think like every guy knows about it. Like when you come here in Turkey, be prepared that they will ask you like, I don't know that, but this one is under 18s or whatever. Like I can talk.
Yeah, no, but with respect, son.
Okay.
Because you too.
Okay.
And your mom as well.
Okay, I won't talk about that. But like basically, to ask you weird questions. And I think you guys understand what I'm talking about.
You mean, yeah.
Like most ladies will definitely ask you that question. But and another thing is like African guys, they've got good structures, basically most of them in terms of their body. So
African guys are gifted, just like the ladies.
Yeah. So like it is easy to find Turkish girls, and if you hit the gym like me, you always be in the market basically. Like it's not something that you
guys, let's
so that's it. That's it. Don't worry about
it's clear that you don't have to worry about that. But after all, guys, I'm gonna emphasize, you're not here for a dating game. You are here to study. So Lungelo is sharing his journey about achieving his masters. So it's clear he didn't come here for Turkish ladies, but we thought we'll touch on that because we're talking now about young adults.
Exactly.
We're not talking kindergarten. No, let's not touch on relationships. So when you talk about young adults and adults who are coming to study, you need to give them that information as well. Like we spoke, we would say no party here, but at least you'll have a companion.
Yeah, you can also go to Instagram for partying if you want.
If you really want to distress and recharge. So, Lungelo, then before we move on, I wanted to ask this dating part, and then what advice would you give to someone who's aspiring, whose dream is to leave SA because of whatever reason and go abroad, or come here because we are abroad and study?
Okay, my advice is like will be different. Like I will first like advise that particular person who wants to come here, and then like advise the family members, the support structure of that particular person who wants to come here, But like as someone who wants to study abroad, like my first advice, like we already talked about it, like don't like wait for someone to push you to do something, Go out there, like surf the internet. You'll find something, like scroll down, apply. That's what I will say. That's number one rule. Just apply, and then like everything else will follow. You apply, and then you ask the people who like. The thing is, I don't want to say ask people because as Southern Africans or as Africans, like we misuse the word ask. You find someone that like is in Turkey, like as I am, and then like. Someone can say like, "How you can ask Lungelo," and then like someone won't ask me. He'll be asking me to say like, "Please apply from me." That is not how it works.
Certainly. That's not asking. That's taking advantage of Lungelo. That's abusing Lungelo, and there's a difference.
Yeah. So like when I'm saying asking, I'm saying like when you're stuck like in an application or when you're not sure, that's when you can try to get information. But like as Africans who are here, like we're not that much. So we may find that like in South Africa, there are a lot of people who want to come here. So like I can't literally help everyone like.
True, you are one person.
Or just assist there and there, like if I see that, I say that. So like take the first step, apply, and then if you are stuck in the application, that's when you can ask them like, I have this problem, like that's when like so. But like work on your own. Don't wait for someone to apply for you, like it doesn't work like
it
that.
Doesn't. And when do the applications open? When can they start?
Okay, currently like applications are open for Turkey. Like if you want to be like a private student, current applications are open, so you can apply. And there are a lot of agencies here. You can also like try to apply by
but reputable, please guys, reputable, not the scams. Oh
yeah, that's something that you can ask. Like basically, like I have these agents. Like, is it trust? Those are the kind of questions someone can help you. Not saying like I want to write an essay. Like, can you please write for like an essay? Like, that one doesn't make sense. And then like that's my advice. Like, just apply, guys, and use the internet like fruitfully. Like we are a generation that is lucky enough. I feel like we're different from you.
Big time.
Your generation didn't have internet.
True. But we caught up, during our adulthood stage. Whereas you guys, you born into it. So you the information is out there. Just make sure it's proper. From valid resources and all that.
And then like
valid sources.
Before even reaching to the matter of applying, like this advice is for people who are still studying. Like I've got people who are doing matric currently, right? Like I feel like when you're doing matric before your exam, that's when you can literally change your life. Like the effort you put towards like your exam, the effort you put towards your studies, towards receiving like good grades, that's the basic step. That's the most important step in your life. Because once you have good grades, like once you have a good matric certificate, you can go anywhere, and you get funding. You get funding. So that's my advice. Like just sacrifice your time, put like effort in your schoolwork and receive good grades so that you can start not even here in Turkey, anywhere. And then secondly, for people who are doing undergrad, like find that they already started their degree or honors, try to concentrate much on research. Get like a good GPA. But if you have the opportunity to engage in research, you rather even like intern, but like at least try to publish something. Once you have like one publication, like after your honors, you get accepted anyway, because like the CV changes, like the requirements changes, like for masters, whatever, like masters requirement and undergrad requirement. For undergrads, like for bachelors, they just need you to have a good GPA. That's it.
What is this GPA?
GPA is like
the points.
The points.
There we go. Someone will wonder what's GPA. We don't want to confuse you. That's why I'm asking for a clarity from Lungelo. So it's the point system.
So like what I'm trying to like say now is like there's different, like the admission committee, like they look for different things. For like for bachelor's degree, like after finishing matric, if you have good points, that's what they just like consider. But now if they have to accept you for masters and PhD and stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, before I even continue, you can just like after finishing honors and essay, you can just apply for a PhD directly without doing masters.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's that opportunity.
Guys, there we go. Wow.
Like you don't need to do masters like me.
I think I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna skip masters.
Yeah, you can skip.
I'm gonna skip the divorce degree. They call it a divorce degree.
Yeah, you can skip that part. So like just to be like especially in America, which is according to me the best like research whatever kind. So like if you go there, like definitely your research skill. So when you're doing
it's not gonna be easy, guys, because you can just imagine if you've skipped something, it will be more challenging. Masters offered you with an opportunity to do your research and write your paper. So if you hit it straight to PhD, I can just imagine.
But you can make
sleepless nights, but it doesn't mean it's not doable.
But if you have the sleepless nights during your honors and then you publish, was like
true.
What I like about it, our system in SA is like it's good in terms of also research. We're good. Yes. I don't want to say we are good.
Guys, I've said it.
We are good.
And once you've traveled, like Lungelo has been here for years, you realize at the end of the day we've got the best of the best. Yeah. I'm saying this even with my travels. Infrastructure, transport. We could be the best if it wasn't for whatever challenges that we face as a country. But guys, let's love our country. Let's love our country.
So like my advice to someone who's currently doing honors, like if you have the opportunity to publish a paper, like we do project, like by the way, like you finish with a research project and stuff like that. So try to like put effort in a research project in such a way that like it is publishable work, so that you can publish it. Once you publish it, that is your CV for like graduate and like your entrance. You can enter, and once you have like, it doesn't work with the points only like for masters and stuff like that. They just check the capability of being a researcher. So if you can research and then you have a research paper, like boom, accepted like easy and stuff like that. And then like moving away from the student advices, I think like that's what they need to do. Like going to parents, like I will base my advice like in this country, like in Turkey, you know, with parents in SA who afford to send their students to private schools. Private schools are
very expensive.
Yeah, but I don't know what comes with like university or like tertiary. I believe that like if you can send like a student in SA to like your kid to a private school, like for high school, you can literally like support your student like for varsity life here in Turkey. I'm not sure, and like I don't want to say SA universities are very expensive. I know about
they are.
But like education here in Turkey is cheaper. It is cheaper. For example, like I think now like per semester, okay, I don't want to mention about the other, like there are faculties that are expensive, like dentistry, like medicine, those ones are expensive. But the general one, most of them you find,
affordable.
Yeah, you find that like you pay around 6,000 rands per semester.
Sure.
Which is something you cannot do in
6,000 rands per
semester. And then it's
guys, you wanna know how much I'm paying?
So like as a student who was like as a parent who was able like to send your kid to a private school,
yes, it
like,
won't be walk in a park.
Yeah, just sacrifice that 4 years like of tertiary or whatever and send your kid to Turkey.
Wow, thanks for that advice.
Another advice that's the last one though. There's difference between Turkey and Cyprus, like. Because people like are confused, they'll say like, you hear someone saying like, I'm in Turkey, but why is in Cyprus? Cyprus is expensive. Cyprus is expensive. And the thing is like Cyprus is divided into two. Like there's Cyprus which is under the Turkish government, and then there's Cyprus under the Greece government. So people like must know, because like you will apply to Cyprus and then think that like I'm applying to Turkey. Why like you have to go to Cyprus?
So guys, check those applications
like,
properly. Lungelo did say check whether your degree will be in Turkish or English.
Exactly.
Now also check whether you'll be coming to Turkey. You know, they call it now Turkey because Turkey and because they hate this Turkey word. Or you'll be sent to Cyprus. And you know, there's nothing worse than also Cyprus, and you were thinking you're going to, and you've applied, you've submitted, you've done all that. So thanks for that clarity.
Because you find that like someone will reach out home and say like, I have a sister like in Turkey, like you have to like try to help her. And then like I try to talk with this sister, like she's in Cyprus. Like basically that's just like another country. You have to fly to go to Cyprus.
True.
So like you just have to know that like no, I'm going to 2K or I'm going to 2K Cyprus. Yeah. Like you just have to.
So it's different countries.
Oh, and another advice is I don't know whether like there are degrees, even though it will sound bad, but like that's the truth. There are degrees in SA which we don't appreciate that much, basically. Like for example, if it's something that like I experience that like it's ongoing between like us as you know, find out like okay, someone who's doing like English teaching, English literature and whatever, you know, like English and stuff like that. Like we don't appreciate those degrees much in SA. Like, that's the truth. I think everyone can agree with me on that one.
There are degrees that we say, now we did a useless, we call it useless degree, and there shouldn't be something like that.
And then like also like international relationships and stuff like
that.
Yes,
relations,
we don't like. And I would advise,
you struggle to find a job.
And I would advise those people like now to take the risk, like come to Turkey. If you want to do like masters there, you'll get a job. Like if you're doing English teaching and stuff like that, like international relationships, the degrees that we don't appreciate much. And say if you come here in Turkey, you'll finish and then you will get a job, like
guys,
especially the English teaching one. Like I just want, because I know someone who's working there. I don't know how much it is, like in terms of salary scale. I know how much it is, but I don't know whether it's good salary. But I'll just mention it because, like, like an English teacher here, like who is having a degree, not like me. I can teach English, but I don't have a degree. But they won't give me like enough money.
Same as the one with a degree.
But like here in Turkey, if you want to get like a work permit, I think this is still academic.
It is.
So if you want to get like a work permit and you have a degree in English teaching or English literature, whatever, that's the best way and easier way to get a work permit in Turkey, because that is something they don't have, right? And they want to teach their students and their kids like English.
So there's a need for that.
There's a need for that thing, and they will give you like good money. Like there's someone that I know, she is earning like 45,000 Turkish liras. I don't know whether it's a lot of money necessarily or stuff like that.
No, but that's a teacher.
But as a teacher,
that is
I think that's a lot of money.
That is something.
I think that's a lot of money.
Yes,
So like you guys doing those international relationships, like English teaching and stuff like that. If like you just have the courage. You don't even have to apply. Like if you already have your degree or honors, you can just apply for a job and then come decide
and see. Another one which I find that some people struggle with is the tourism. You know, like
even
guys,
research,
and it might be considered not wow at home, but you might find that when you come the side, you will excel and get the most amazing job. Like Asheri Lungelo. Thanks for that. I think that is so amazing.
Even hotel management and stuff like that. Because one thing I always tell people, one thing like that I like about being from South Africa is that like we speak good English, by the way.
We do.
Our English is like it's
world class.
If someone from China will understand South African, someone from America will understand. Someone from England. So you don't have a problem. So if you did like those kind of hotel management, tourism and stuff like that, you easily get a job here in Turkey.
And guys, it is a hub of tourists.
Exactly.
So if you are in that field and you are really, really battling back home, why not try it out? There's cities guys. Turkey is huge and their cities are so beautiful. I came across one city as well yesterday. Stunning with the most beautiful ocean. And I'm like, I don't even know the city. It starts with K. I can't remember this long word, but it is a hub of tourists. So come join Lungelo and try you like. But before we close, and I'm sure you've given so much information. This is like 2 hours. 2 hours. Look at how am I going to post this? I think I'll have to do the part 1 and part 2 because I won't be able to post it. I don't know. We'll see. Luckily, it's a new phone. Maybe it won't have issues because it's a big storage phone and it's still fairly new. So what I want you to share. So guys, thank you for listening. Do subscribe. As you can see,
hit the subscribe button.
I do bring you the real stuff. I love educational things, guys. Even though I can be a jokist sometimes, I can sit and we take it light, and take it easy in life. But I like things that will build the future, because without youth, Lungelo,
we don't have a future as a
we
country.
don't have a future. And come study here and go back home, or come work here and take the money back home, like how other citizens do it. They go to South Africa, they sell, and they take it back to their cities and countries and all that. So on a much lighter note, can you share the story about the first? I want you to listen to this, guys. Some people will spot an opportunity in anything, and I hope you take what Lungelo is gonna share and apply it in your life as well. Everything that he shared so much, guys. But this is on a lighter note now. Can you share the story about the first black person who came here? What that person used to do? I thought that was so funny. This is a very nice way of ending this long video.
So I think the first person came here in 2010. I think it was 2010.
During our World Cup.
Yeah, during our World Cup, it was 2010. And because like this city, like it started to be like a better city in 2010 because like the president was from this city. Like, was from, so like he tried to develop like the city, and
it's beautiful.
And yeah, now it's beautiful.
Guys. Oh, stunning! I love it.
So like that's when like the first black guy came here
to study from Africa.
Yeah, from Africa to study in our university. Okay. So what happened is like he was the first black guy, and like the city's concept, I think you've seen that, you know. So most people, they don't even know the blacks and stuff like that. So he used to like get so much attention in such a way that he ended up like he had a good like Turkish teacher. So the Turkish teacher told him that like since bra you're getting like a lot of.
Was it a guy or?
Yeah, he was a guy.
Okay.
Attention, just like charge 10 tele per every photo and stuff like that. So if you want a photo like with that guy, you could pay 10 tele and then like get a photo. And the guy made a lot of money in such a way that like if you enter like whatever the history whatever like of the library, you find that like it is there. It's something. It's a story that was written.
Can you believe it? A story that was written about this African guy.
The guy, whenever he was walking on the street, people will ask for photos and stuff like that. Still, they do to us in sometimes.
They do,
but
most of the time.
But back then he was the only player. He was the only player. So the guy like was just like, for every photo I'll get 10.
Took advantage of talking about someone who spots he gave and goes in.
Yeah, he made a lot of money. Okay,
wow, respect to that guy, because guys, you can just imagine he was a student. He most probably also came here, parents helped, neighbors helped, the government helped to get him right here, and he just didn't come here and waste time. He spotted the opportunity, and guys, he capitalized and ran with it. And with the stories, Kalunge, a person like me who always like my eyes are always wide open for opportunities. I was thinking, what a brilliant person. I mean, guys, when people see something that they can consume or use, I always think, how can I turn it into making money out of it? So this guy, I could resonate with the story, because I most probably would have done the same thing. I'm trying to do it now. When someone comes over to me and they want to look at my hair, and this is what attracts them, my dreadlocks, I ask them, do they have a YouTube, or I just take their phone if language will be an issue, and I ask them to unlock it, and I show them my channel and ask them to subscribe. So that's how, guys, you should start thinking.
And before we move away, like from the, you just mentioned like something important about your hair and stuff like that, right? So like if you're a lady or a girl like in South Africa who wants to come here, that's the biggest opportunity, I think, like for like to be like a hairdresser, like to be able to plait. Is it called plating?
Yes, plating.
If you can plait hair, like I swear, like you won't even struggle, like you won't struggle at all. What is it called?
To plait the hair, because the plating is for chefs. So if you can plait the hair,
I also need to
plait the hair and do cornrows, and because I also needed someone, you know, luckily Unonzi came through and did my hair, but there's lots of Africans who come to study, to work, to do things,
and it's I don't know how much, how are the prices back home, but like the thing is that even Turkish people now are trying like to do their hair, whatever, to do it like cornrows and stuff like that. I don't know, like my hairstyle, like
to plait the hair.
Yeah, so it is. I don't know how much it is, like, but I think like it is around 250 to 500.
Back home, yes.
Yeah, here like
between like 200.
Yeah, the standard price like is 1,000, 1,200 to just do one hair and stuff like that.
Expensive.
Yeah, so it is expensive. So if you have that skill, like you won't struggle.
You won't.
Go to school. Come back, maybe like deal with one customer, make 1,200.
Or do it weekends. You check your schedule and wake up. And that will help you to explore Turkey when you are off or school holidays.
Yeah.
That will also take the load off your parents' shoulders in terms of uksenda the for expenses and all that, you know, allowance money.
Yeah,
so if you've got a skill skill, guys, and I'm gonna make a separate video about this because then this will take forever. Because I wanted to share with you, when I was in Malaysia, there were guys from here in Turkey selling that ice cream. And yes, that ice cream as a Turkey where you try and grab it and they move it up.
Imagine try it in SA. All big people.
And the tourists in Malaysia, because Malaysia is also one of the tourist destinations, were fascinated. So you get people who take their skill from home and take it elsewhere. And now you could be sitting there with the most amazing skill, which you could take to Europe, which you could take to Asia, and multiply and capitalize from it. Whereas you are home and you're not even respected back home, or they look at it and 10 other neighbors have the same skill. So leave and come and try it here in Turkey. They might receive it well, and you might just score, and your bank balance might or bank account might smile at you, you know. So yeah, just to close off, Lungelo, I just want you to show off your Turkish Turkish side of things.
Before I go to my Turkish, I just want to add something, you know, I think we forgot to on how you can maintain yourself as a student in Turkey.
Yes. And do you get any stipend or? I wanted to share, maybe, but if you're not comfortable, because maybe back home they no longer send money. Yes, I won't give you money, so you can
I'll just be honest, you know, because in Turkey, you can come in two ways. Like, you can come as a private student, whereby you have to cover your school fees, and everything, right? And then you can come under the Turkish government scholarship, which is what I used to come here. Basically, I applied, and the applications they open in mid-January and closed in mid-February.
Mid-Jan and mid-Feb it closes.
Mid-Feb, and then so if you're under that scholarship, you can survive unless whatever your standard of living is a bit high, you know, someone who likes to, but for a normal student who came for academics only, he can survive. But as a private student, who is receiving support from
parents
and stuff like that.
Yes, family members.
As a girl, if you're able to do hair, you can survive. But the thing by doing hair can give you enough money. And if you're a guy and then you know also how to cut hair, it's a funny story. But when I arrived here, I tried to cut my hair from one Turkish guy. What you did
cannot be undone.
So if you're an African guy, you know how to cut hair, you can make a living and then still continue studying. And also there's English teaching, even though they don't pay you as someone with an English teaching degree. But it's something that can help you to continue. You can teach evening classes from whatever age to whatever, and then you can after school you can go and teach for 2 hours and stuff like that. They pay you. And then you can also have private students that
who attend
and stuff like that. You can teach them online and still make money. And then also, if you're not going home during summer break, you can go to work in those hotels, because sometimes they need someone who can translate, because you will learn the Turkish language, you know. So
you can be a translator as well,
and work as a receptionist in those hotels for 3 months and stuff like that. And then you make enough money to survive and stuff like that. So I think that's how you can jungle
how you can sustain yourself, more especially for students who don't have support, because not everyone has a privilege of having parents and family members. Thanks, Lungelo. And then in closing, guys, we wanna stop this. I think it's taking too long. We are stopping. I just want Lungelo to say, what are you specializing on before he says the Turkish lingo? What are you did you specialize on? We masters here.
And that is also very important. But I just wish I had a plan. But me I was doing plant biotechnology, right? But when doing plant biotechnology, it's just a broad department. There's tissue culture, there's molecular biology, there's bioinformatics, you know. But I'll put it in the form of advice, you know. Whenever you are choosing an area to specialize in, you must just consider the current market and what they want, So me, I decided to specialize in bioinformatics. Bioinformatics basically is the use of like computer science, statistics.
I just love it.
To analyze like biological data.
So
that's what I'm doing. And I did
I think there's a market, big market for that.
Because currently data science, computer science
True.
is the thing,
Yes.
So, like, lastly, as an advisor, whatever you do, just make sure that you add a programming skill. Either it's Python, I think like people know Python, or any programming skill. Computer science, yes. Python is just like a programming language. Like they use it mostly for analyzing data. Data can either be biological data or like whatever economic wise and stuff like that. So just learn like a data analyzing software. It will help you.
It will. And guys, the reason why I wanted Lungelo to touch on this is because of late when I was looking at adverts, job ads, and they put the profiles there or what skill they require for that particular job. Guys, data analyzing, data analysts are needed everywhere because each and every company has realized the importance of understanding their data, how they can grow business and make more profits. So guys, anything computer related or software related where you can put all these numbers and tell us what these numbers are telling us, or tell the bosses or owners of the companies what these numbers mean and how they can make money out of the numbers, you will go very, very far. And when we speak data, just in simple form, if you're not following or you're just starting out, just think of a loyalty card, say a Pick and Pay. I'm trying to, the smart shopper. They even send you vouchers of stuff that you buy regular because there's someone behind the scene who is analyzing this thing. When you put in the, guys, it's a game changer. So when you've got that skill, you'll be poached, you'll be approached by different companies, and they will give you a salary you will not refuse.
A lot of money.
So he's special. I'll be a rich mom very soon. So
inshallah. I was speaking to inshallah.
Inshallah, God willing. As we take you, we have to speak. Inshallah, indeed. Yeah. So can you hit them now that you're saying inshallah? Can you take
it? But like which sentence you like?
Whatever. You can say thank you for being here and thanks for their time and yeah.
Okay, I was just basically reintroduce myself in Turkish.
Yes.
And then like
and explain it in English.
And then I'll explain it in Turkish. So herkese merhaba. Benim adım Lungelo Kanyile. Güney Afrikalıyım. Ama şu an Kayseri'de yaşıyorum. Annemle yanındayım. YouTube için video çekiyoruz. Bu kadar yani. İnşallah bu video seveceksiniz ve beğeneceksiniz yani. İnşallah siz bekliyoruz yani. İyi eğlenceler arkadaşlar.
My God! What did you say? Yeah.
So basically it's like, my name is Lungelo Khalil. I'm from South Africa. I'm currently next to my mom and we're recording like a YouTube video. And I hope that you guys will like the video and will subscribe to the channel.
Oh my!
And then enjoy the video. That's what I'm
thank saying. You, and to all the Turkish people watching, we love you. Thank you. And
Siz çok seviyoruz yani.
Siz çok seviyoruz.
Konuşuruz. Konuşuruz is like goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, and to everyone who's here. Thank you so much.
Teşekkür ederiz.
Teşekkür.
Tamam abla.